Section 1, Introduction. Welcome to Knowledge Journey. Today, let's embark on a voyage of introspection, guided by the timeless wisdom of philosophers and the intricate workings of the human mind. Our compass for this journey? The profound words of Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. All is for the best in the best of all possible worlds. Imagine yourself surrounded by friends on a cozy evening, each of you sharing stories and contemplating the intricacies of life. The conversation takes a philosophical turn, landing on the idea that every event, no matter how seemingly trivial or tragic, is part of a grand design. It's a notion that's echoed throughout history, resonating with thinkers, dreamers, and skeptics alike. For me, this philosophy became a guiding light during a particularly challenging period in my life. I found myself navigating through a maze of uncertainty, grappling with setbacks and questioning the very fabric of existence. It was during those moments of doubt that Leibniz's words whispered to me, offering solace and a glimmer of hope. But what does it truly mean to believe that all is for the best? It's not about denying the harsh realities of life or dismissing the pain of our struggles. Instead, it's an invitation to view our experiences through a different lens, one that sees beauty in chaos and opportunity in adversity. Consider the story of Helen Keller, a remarkable woman who overcame tremendous obstacles to become an inspiration to millions. Born deaf and blind, she could have easily succumbed to despair. Yet she chose to embrace life with unwavering determination. Through sheer willpower and resilience, she transcended her limitations, proving that even in the darkest of times, there's always a flicker of light waiting to be ignited. As we delve deeper into the meaning behind Leibniz's words, let us remember that philosophy is not just an intellectual exercise. It's a journey of self-discovery, a quest for meaning in an ever-changing world. So grab a seat, dear traveler, and let's set sail into the vast ocean of ideas, guided by the wisdom of the ages and the courage of our convictions. Section 2, the meaning in everyday life. As we navigate the seas of philosophy, guided by Leibniz's timeless words, let's pause to reflect on their significance in our daily lives. How do these lofty ideals manifest in the mundane routines and profound moments of existence? Consider the story of Maya Angelou, a beacon of resilience and wisdom whose life exemplified the belief that all is for the best. Born into poverty and facing unimaginable hardships, she could have easily been consumed by bitterness and despair. Yet she chose a different path, one of courage, compassion, and boundless creativity. In her autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, Angelou recounts her tumultuous journey from a troubled childhood to becoming a celebrated writer and activist. She endured racism, trauma, and personal struggles, yet through it all, she discovered the power of resilience and self-expression. One poignant example from Angelou's life is her experience of overcoming childhood sexual abuse. Instead of allowing this trauma to define her, she found solace in literature and poetry, channeling her pain into words that resonated with millions around the world. Through her writing, she became a voice for the marginalized, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human soul. So how does Angelou's story relate to Leibniz's philosophy? At its core, it's about finding meaning in the midst of adversity, transforming pain into purpose, and embracing the inherent goodness of life. Angelou's journey is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of belief. But what about our own lives? How do we apply these principles in our daily struggles and triumphs? It's not always easy, but perhaps it begins with a shift in perspective, a willingness to see life's challenges as opportunities for growth, to find beauty in the broken pieces, and to believe that every setback is a stepping stone toward a brighter future. As we continue our journey, let us draw inspiration from the lives of those who have walked this path before us, weaving their stories into the fabric of our own narratives. For in the tapestry of existence, every thread, no matter how tangled or frayed, has a purpose, a meaning waiting to be discovered. Section 3. Applying the philosophy in daily life. Now that we've explored the profound implications of Leibniz's philosophy through the lens of Maya Angelou's inspiring journey, let's delve deeper into how we can apply these principles in our own lives. Imagine waking up to a world filled with uncertainty, where challenges lurk around every corner and setbacks threaten to derail your dreams. It's a scenario we're all too familiar with, yet it's how we respond to these trials that defines our character and shapes our destiny. Take a moment to reflect on a time when you faced adversity. Perhaps it was a career setback, a failed relationship, or a personal loss. In those moments of darkness, did you find yourself succumbing to despair, or did you muster the courage to persevere? For me, it was during a period of professional uncertainty that Leibniz's philosophy truly resonated. I had poured my heart and soul into a project, only to see it falter in the face of unforeseen challenges. I felt lost, adrift in a sea of doubt and self-doubt. But then, amidst the turmoil, a glimmer of hope emerged, a belief that perhaps this setback was just a detour on the road to something greater. And so, I dusted myself off and forged ahead, armed with the belief that all is for the best. It wasn't easy, but with each obstacle overcome, I grew stronger, more resilient, and more determined than ever to pursue my passions. But applying Leibniz's philosophy isn't just about weathering life's storms. It's also about finding joy in the everyday moments, embracing the beauty of the present, and cultivating an attitude of gratitude. It's about savoring the simple pleasures, a warm cup of tea on a rainy day, a heartfelt conversation with a loved one, or a quiet moment of reflection beneath a starlit sky. Consider the story of Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor who found meaning and purpose even in the depths of despair. Through his experiences in the concentration camps, he discovered that, despite the unimaginable horrors of the Holocaust, he still had the power to choose his response to the suffering. In his seminal work, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl writes, "Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way." In the face of unspeakable cruelty and suffering, Frankl found solace in the belief that even in the darkest of times, there is still meaning to be found. His story serves as a powerful reminder that no matter how dire our circumstances may seem, we always have the power to choose our response. So how can we apply these principles in our own lives? It begins with a shift in perspective, a willingness to see life's challenges as opportunities for growth, to find beauty in the midst of chaos, and to believe that every setback is a stepping stone toward a brighter future. As we navigate the ups and downs of life's journey, let us remember the words of Leibniz. All is for the best in the best of all possible worlds. May they serve as a beacon of hope, guiding us through the storms and illuminating the path toward a brighter tomorrow. Section 4. Examining counter-arguments and counterpoints. As we journey deeper into the realm of philosophical inquiry, it's essential to pause and consider the opposing viewpoints and counter-arguments that challenge Leibniz's assertion that all is for the best in the best of all possible worlds. While Leibniz's philosophy offers a comforting reassurance that there is inherent goodness in the universe, critics argue that it overlooks the harsh realities of human suffering and injustice. They contend that the notion of a perfectly ordered world, where everything happens for a reason, fails to account for the randomness of tragedy and the arbitrary nature of fate. Consider the story of Anne Frank, a young girl whose life was tragically cut short by the horrors of the Holocaust. Despite her unwavering optimism and belief in the inherent goodness of humanity, she fell victim to the senseless brutality of war and persecution. How do we reconcile Anne's story with Leibniz's philosophy? Can we truly say that her untimely death was part of a grand design, or was it simply a tragic consequence of human cruelty and indifference? Furthermore, critics argue that Leibniz's philosophy can lead to a dangerous complacency, fostering a passive acceptance of injustice and suffering. By attributing all events to a benevolent divine plan, we risk absolving ourselves of responsibility for creating a better world. Instead of taking action to address social inequities and alleviate human suffering, we may resign ourselves to fate, believing that everything will somehow work out in the end. But perhaps the most compelling critique of Leibniz's philosophy comes from the field of existentialism, which rejects the notion of a predetermined fate and asserts the individual's responsibility for creating meaning in a seemingly indifferent universe. Existentialist thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus argue that life is inherently absurd and devoid of inherent meaning. In the face of this existential void, they advocate for embracing the freedom to create our own purpose and forge our own path in life. So where does this leave us? Do we dismiss Leibniz's philosophy as naively optimistic, or do we acknowledge its complexities and nuances? Perhaps the answer lies somewhere in between, in embracing the uncertainty of existence, while also finding solace in the belief that, despite the chaos and randomness of life, there is still beauty to be found and meaning to be created. As we navigate these philosophical waters, let us remain open to the multiplicity of perspectives and the richness of human experience. For it is through dialogue and debate that we deepen our understanding of the world and ourselves. Section 5. The significance and impact of Leibniz's philosophy. Having examined the counter-arguments and counterpoints to Leibniz's philosophy, let us now turn our attention to its significance and impact on our lives and the world around us. At its core, Leibniz's philosophy offers a lens through which we can interpret the events of our lives, finding meaning and purpose even in the face of adversity. It invites us to embrace the inherent goodness of the universe, trusting that every experience, whether joyful or painful, serves a higher purpose. Consider the story of Helen Keller once again. Despite being deaf and blind from a young age, Keller refused to be defined by her disabilities. Through sheer determination and unwavering optimism, she transcended the limitations imposed upon her, becoming a beacon of hope and inspiration to millions around the world. Her story illustrates the transformative power of belief and the resilience of the human spirit. But Leibniz's philosophy extends beyond individual experiences. It also has profound implications for how we perceive and interact with the world around us. By embracing the belief that all is for the best, we are encouraged to adopt a mindset of gratitude and acceptance, recognizing the beauty and wonder inherent in every moment. Furthermore, Leibniz's philosophy can serve as a source of solace and comfort in times of hardship and uncertainty. Whether facing personal challenges or grappling with global crises, the belief that everything happens for a reason can provide a sense of peace and perspective, allowing us to navigate life's storms with grace and resilience. Yet, it's important to acknowledge that Leibniz's philosophy is not without its critics and complexities. As we've explored, there are valid concerns about the dangers of complacency and the need to confront injustice and suffering head-on. Moreover, the existentialist critique reminds us of the importance of embracing our freedom and agency in a seemingly indifferent universe. So, where does this leave us? Ultimately, the significance of Leibniz's philosophy lies not in its absolute truth or validity, but in its ability to inspire reflection and dialogue. Whether we choose to embrace its optimism or grapple with its complexities, the philosophy of all is for the best invites us to engage with life's mysteries and uncertainties with courage and curiosity. As we conclude our exploration of Leibniz's philosophy, let us remember that the search for meaning and purpose is an ongoing journey, one that requires us to remain open to new ideas, perspectives, and experiences. May we continue to seek wisdom and understanding in the pursuit of truth and fulfillment. Section 6, Conclusion. As our journey through the depths of philosophy draws to a close, let us take a moment to reflect on the insights gained and the questions raised along the way. Through the lens of Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz's timeless philosophy, we have explored the complexities of existence, grappled with the mysteries of human suffering, and dared to imagine a world where everything happens for a reason. From the inspiring stories of Maya Angelou and Helen Keller to the existentialist critiques of Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus, we have encountered a myriad of perspectives and ideas that challenge our understanding of the universe and our place within it. And yet, through it all, one theme remains constant: the enduring quest for meaning and purpose in a world fraught with uncertainty. As we navigate the currents of life's journey, may we remember the wisdom imparted by Leibniz's philosophy, that even in the darkest of times, there is still light to be found, and that every experience, no matter how seemingly insignificant, carries with it the potential for growth and transformation. But let us also remain vigilant against the dangers of complacency and passive acceptance, recognizing that true wisdom lies not in blind optimism, but in a willingness to confront life's complexities with courage and curiosity. In the words of Viktor Frankl, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. May we embrace this truth as we continue our journey, seizing the power to shape our own destinies and create meaning in a seemingly indifferent universe. And so, dear traveler, as we bid farewell to this chapter of our journey, let us carry with us the lessons learned, the insights gained, and the wisdom shared. For in the pursuit of knowledge and understanding, we discover not only the truths of the world, but also the truths of our own hearts. Thank you for joining me on this voyage of discovery. Until we meet again, may your journey be filled with wonder, curiosity, and the eternal quest for truth.